Yes, that boy, your boy, YB the Rockstar. You in the building with Vcious Entertainment. Let's get it.
What it do? This your boy A-Man with Vcious Entertainment, the West Best thing in digital video. It's a special day for our Vcious fans because we're sitting here with the future of the franchise, the Rookie of the Year, Mr. 16s himself, your boy. Not your boy, not my boy, but your boy, a.k.a. YB the Rockstar. What it do, man?
Well, good, man. You know, in here with Vcious Entertainment. We getting it in, baby.
That's what it is. Now, I don't know if you know this, but Vcious has been trying to catch up with you for a minute. We've been following your career up until this point. For people that's been sleeping under a rock out there, let them know a little bit about your history and where you came from.
Oh, man, I come from San Francisco, California, the Bay Area. I started off with my cousin San Quinn, you know what I mean? My cousin Bailey, his little brother. I was a solo artist out there in the Bay. Started doing my thing, man. Ended up having the #1 song on the radio at like 18, 19 years old. So I was probably like the first young dude, young Bay Area guy to, you know what I mean, to really have successful radio play. But I wanted bigger from then, from that point, you know what I mean? I smelled success at that point, and I wanted bigger, so I moved to LA to make my career even bigger.
Right.
I felt like I just couldn't do it sitting in one spot, so you know what I mean? I came out here and hooked up with Game and started doing a little networking with Game, hopped on his mixtapes, you know what I mean? Got my buzz a little bigger, started my own stuff, and you know what I mean? I had the #1 radio song out here in LA also called We Run LA, sort of like a tribute to LA, like how Tupac did To Live and Die in LA. And you know what I mean? It was a big success. I done opened up for Jay-Z, just had a show with Taylor Swift and Carrie Hilson in front of 50,000, you know what I mean? I did all the big radio joints out here, what do you call it, the Summer Jam out here. Right. The Kiss FM Jingle Balls, you know what I mean? I done opened up for Paris Hilton in her house. You know what I mean? I done been unsigned hype in the Source magazine, unsigned hype in the XXL magazine. My MySpace had like 47 million plays, 47 million views. Probably one of the most downloaded dudes in California. And you know what I mean? Probably one of the hottest out right now. So it's been real good for me.
Now that's what it is. We're going to go back since you mentioned family, whatnot, Quinn, Bailey and everybody, Mess, Big Rig. We just want to know, what was that influence growing up, in that kind of hip-hop environment when you was younger?
I mean, it was good, man. I mean, it was real good because, they was the men where I'm from. Fully Loaded, Bailey, San Quinn, Big Rich, Messy Moore. Like, when I was a little boy, everybody was listening to them, and they was the man. So, I mean, I used to go to school every day listening to their music we had the little CD player Walkman, you know what I mean? Back then, we had an iPod. So, I mean, I just started listening to them, and then, naturally I thought I could rap too, so I just tried it, and my first ever song was a big success. So.
Yeah, and that's what I want to bring to that mixtape, Future of the Franchise. A lot of Bay Area, that's Bay Area classic right there. And that mind frame, where were you at? Because you was just metaphorically, we got cats out the Bay that's metaphorically, but you got a gangster style with the hip-hop backpack, and that was different, and that's where, I gravitated towards you. And a lot of fans gravitated towards you, your style. How did that process when you was making Future the Franchise?
I mean, I was just hungry, man. At the time, like, I don't know if y'all know Chuck, but Chuck, he got Street Cred Entertainment right now. But back then, we had Done Deal Records, and Chuck was the CEO of Done Deal. And I mean, Chuck used to always tell me, like, oh, you weak, man. You ain't. I mean, he didn't tell me I was weak, but he would tell me, like, I wasn't better than nobody else in the Bay. He'll be like, oh, Locksmith is 10 times better than you. Oh, he'd be like, he'd just start naming niggas and tell them that they was better than me, and I'd get mad. Yeah. I'd be mad as shit, like, nigga, can't nobody fuck with me, nigga, what you talking about? Then, like, he would always just tell me, like, oh, if you drop a CD tomorrow, you ain't gonna sell 10 records. Like, he'd just always just pump me up So I was angry. You know what I mean? That was my mind frame back then. I was angry, and I always wanted to prove that I was the best, even when I was young. So, I mean, I was real competitive back then.
No, and us as listeners, we understood that because when 100 Bars came out, you know, you flipped the whole game. That just fucked niggas' heads up. We was like, damn, where is nigga from? You from the Bay? For real at that. And then you came with 100 more bars, and then we was like, oh yeah, he's ready. He's ready. And you know, 100 bars are definite. And then that's when East Coast cats was starting to notice your flow. You know, they were saying, yeah, you from the Bay, but you had that East Coast flag. Well, how did that come about? How was that, you know, when people were telling you that, how did that make you feel?
I mean, I always listen to East Coast music, you know what I mean? Like, one of my top 5 favorite rappers is Jadakiss and Jay-Z, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I always listen to that. I always been influenced by that and a mixture of the South, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I grew up listening to No Limit records, Cash Money records. Like, I grew up listening to all that mixed in with the Rough Riders. You know what I mean? My favorite album of all time is Juvenile 400 Degrees. So, I mean, my style, I mean, I wasn't just influenced on the music where I'm from.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
My style might be a little different, man. I listen to music from every region. Sometimes people tell me it's hard to figure out where I'm from by my music.
Right, yeah, that is true. People that wasn't up on you, when they listen to you, they always ask, well, where are you from? You say the Bay, they like the Bay? They like, okay. So, you know, I want to also ask you about, you know, you ghostwriter for Kevin Federline and whatnot. How was that? You know, was you around the Britney Spears and all that? Just let everybody, all the fans know about that situation.
Yeah, I was around Britney Spears. I mean, I was fresh out the ghetto, man. You know what I mean? I was fresh out the ghetto, moved out here to Malibu, you know what I mean? And that's where Britney Spears and Kevin Federline was living at. And I mean, I ghost wrote for a lot of people. I mean, I'm going to keep it a ghost, though, because that's why they call it Ghost Rider, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I ghost wrote for a lot of people, but just how I started messing with K-Fed, it was, you know, I mean, when I moved to Malibu, I was in the studio out there, and there's not too many studios out there, so naturally I was making noise. Like, everywhere I recorded at, like, people would be like, oh my God, like, this kid is amazing. Like, who is this guy? Like, you know what I mean? Where did he come from? And then K-Fed was trying to rap at the time, and then there was like I guess he would be in the same studio as him and Britney, and then he was like a fan of my music, so he wanted to meet me and shit. So then one day we just met up at that same studio, and he was a cool dude, you know what I mean? So that's Britney Spears' husband.
Yeah. That's coming fresh out the ghetto,
Yeah, he didn't do. K-Fed is a good guy, man. He ain't do nothing wrong to me.
Yeah, I hear that.
You know what I mean?
Now I know after that you were, you moved to LA out of the Bay. You know, you was running around with a big name. You know, the Game being one of them. Can you tell me that journey and what happened? You know, with that and your relationship with the Game?
Oh yeah, Game was like a big brother, man. You know what I mean? Like he's a talented nigga, man. I was just in the studio with him. You know, seeing how he do shit. You know, he was around a lot of the top, you know what I mean, a lot of the top people, man. I was just soaking up Game. Yeah. Like, the nigga was a cool nigga, man.
No doubt.
He let me shine on his mixtape, and I came and performed. I respect him, and he respect me, man.
Yeah, I know you can spit, so that's where I know respect is due right there.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, he can spit also, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Game is a beast on the mic. Yeah, for real.